Hi guys, it's Rike and welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Rike and I review a lot of activewear. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you just keep watching. Also, if you're into books and activewear, which is what I sometimes do, here's my playlist for that in case you're already very curious. If you're into, mystery books and mystery hauls and whatever, all of these things, keep watching. You might also be able to tell, it is the time of the year again. Christmas is upon us. I feel like the year was flying by, as per usual. January was dragging, and I feel like everyone was feeling like it was dragging. But after that, it was just like, zoom, done. Now it's December. Well, it's not quite December yet, right? By the time you watch this video, it's not December yet. And by the time I'm filming this, obviously, today, it's also not December yet. But, it's soon December. It was the first Advent, just yesterday for me. Now, or for me not, but if you watch this video at the time of its actual release, it will have been just the first of Advent. And so last year I did get a little book Advent calendar from a bookstore in Denmark. They had 4 books that were wrapped up nicely. They had a theme to them, and it was basically 1 book per Advent Sunday. And because it's kind of I like all kinds of mystery things, so I was like, "Ooh, this is perfect." And what I did is I did my usual books and activewear, where I take a book and I review it for you, and I will show you an outfit inspired by the book cover. I did that, but with those mystery books. So this is also what we're doing this year again. I will also link my first Advent mystery books, book and activewear here. I don't think I have a playlist just for the Advent ones, but I will link the first one here. Although I can actually make a playlist, and you'll see if it's the playlist or just the video, the first one. But then you can kind of see what happened last year, which books were in this mystery Advent calendar last year. But yeah, it was really fun. But I also was trying to be a little bit sensible this year. And I was like, you know what? I have so many books in my to be read list, in my physical to be read list, which means I have them in my shelf already. I should not buy 4 mystery books for this. Maybe I'll just have my boyfriend pick 4 books. I told him to have a theme. He did not tell me the theme. So we'll have to figure out the theme across the next few weeks, basically, because of course it's really hard to figure out the theme with the first book. We have to see at least the second book as well to kind of make sure, what the theme is, what's connecting these 2 books. But anyway, so I did ask him to pick 4 books from my physical TBR, to be read list. And now he stored them somewhere. I have the first one here to make it easy for him and also to save on wrapping paper. We're just having them in this bag every single time. And I currently can't see what it is because it has a nice little dish towel around it as well. But this is how we'll see it. And I'm going to get 1 book per week, basically. Now, of course, for me, this is currently before the first of Advent because I do need to read the book before I can actually review it for you. So what we'll do today is I will just unwrap the book. I will kind of theorize a little bit about what the possible themes maybe could be. And then there'll be a cut. You'll see me just a second later, but for me, it's going to be a week or 2 later. And I will have the outfits ready and everything. And of course, I'm going to show you more than just 1 outfit, because just 1 outfit is that's not a lot, right? But yes, so I don't know which books these are. I actually did pack up all my books after he picked them because I'm getting new bookshelves, which I will also be documented at some point. So I didn't notice anything missing. But also, again, I do have a lot of books that I need to read in my physical to be read list. So I did not expect to know which ones were missing, right? This is also kind of so it's really a mystery. Anyway, my snowflakes dressed for the occasion, red velvet too. But of course also we'll switch that up for the next few videos. But anyway, I'm kind of curious. I want to know what this book is. I've had this sitting now since yesterday and I was like, ooh, curious. And so let's open this up. I feel like this is a hardcover. It feels like a hardcover. Ooh, okay, this is actually a German book. So I don't know. I don't think the theme is German books because I feel like I have a better overview over my German books. And this is actually a good question. Was this translated or not? Or is this person actually a German author? I mean, we can figure it out. I think it is actually a German author. To be fair, I do not read a lot of books in German because a lot of books are published in English and I prefer to read them in English if they've been published in English. But yes, anyway, so this is Drei Frauen am See, Three Women at the Lake by Dora Held. So, I think I must have gotten this book a while ago for a birthday or something, which I was curious because there's still a price tag on it. But, you know, I mean, it doesn't really matter because I don't know if you know this, but German books have a fixed price. So the price will even be written on here too. In Austria, they're even a little bit more expensive. But yeah, they have a fixed price. So it doesn't really matter if the person leaves the price tag on it or not. Because, yeah. But it clearly was, yeah. I did put something in there though. So this is an old Bloggy Lattice card. Let's figure out what this, yeah, this clearly must have been. Because look, there's other things in there too. Huh, interesting. Anyway, so this book is about, it's a smart and moving novel about life's lies, the value of friendship, and the happiness that remembering brings, I guess. And then it says here as like a kind of little intro, a like nice summer evening, shortly after finishing high school. We were sitting all on the jetty, the feet in the water. It was still very warm. Thousands of mosquitoes were annoying us, but we had this summer feeling. And then, this is actually why I think this is why I got the book. And then this character, which, you know, she started to introduce herself. Oh no, she started to kind of like imagine what we would be doing in 30 years. And then one of the other friends, she was laughing loudly. But yes, one of the characters has my name. That's why I got the book. So there's 4 friends, Marie, Jewel, Friederike, and Alex. They're friends for life. Or they have been for decades. They've shared everything up until their adulthood. And they've met at least once a year around Pentecost at a house at the lake. But then something happened that destroyed their friendship, basically. And 10 years have passed since that cut, and the news of Marie's death really hits every single other like remaining friend with like full force. And memories are being awoken, old wounds are opening up, and an unwelcome reunion happens. So like there's lots of little things about like so it's kind of like there's like a mystery, but it's also friendship and like everything. And this is actually, it looks a little big, so I'll have to read 570 pages. Yes. But anyway, can't tell the theme yet. It could be something to do with a lake. I feel like there's some books that have lakes. It could be just the color because there's mainly blue. There's a house on here. Maybe it has to do with the author's name. Like I said, I don't think the theme is German books because I feel like I would have noticed if more were missing because I don't have that many here. I have a lot back in Berlin, but not a lot here. So like hard to tell. But anyway, this is our first book. I feel like the colors are going to be like a little bit more summery. But I will also try to make like one outfit that still has the colors, but like has maybe like a little bit more of a winter vibe because I think it's possible. But let's see. Anyway, for me, it's going to be a little bit longer. For you, it's just going to be just a few seconds. Yes. See you soon. Okay, I'm back. So for you, just milliseconds, for me, a whole week. But I did finish this book, The Three Women at the Lake, and now I can finally tell you about it, and then I'll show you all the 3 different outfits that I picked for this cover. So, yes, as I've mentioned, I mean, for you is very fresh what I mentioned what this book is about. I will say I give it 3.5 stars. It was a little emotional. There was also a few things that did bother me, like the author's descriptions of people's bodies was a little focused on like skinny is good and a few extra kilos here, oh dear, things like that. So like she focused a lot in the earlier parts of the book. So like there wasn't too much bothering me in the second half of the book, but the first half when she was describing characters, like it was a little bit too much focus on bodies and like a clear evaluation of them, which I didn't necessarily appreciate. Also, I feel like there was a lot of repetition in some parts, so the book could have been shorter than the 570 some pages that it was, I think. What was it? Again, 73 pages. It could have been a little bit shorter. But otherwise, it was like kind of interesting. It was like different, like in that aspect, different timelines, views of the different four friends, basically. So like there was different parts I focused on one, and then, you know, just kind of kept going through that. And in the beginning, they were quite separated, and then in the end, it was like a story told while they were all in the same place. So basically, like they found together, right? Like, and I mean, it's kind of, again, yeah, the book is a little bit predictable. However, I still did enjoy reading it. And yeah, so that's our book here. Now, I did pick 3 different outfits. It was a little bit tougher to find something that matches everything. I'll just preface that already. But yeah, let's get going. Let's start with the first one. And my first outfit, we have these leggings and the sports bra. So you can kind of see where I was trying to go with that, hopefully. But yeah, let's talk about the pieces. So I do have a Monarch sports bra here from Buffbunny collection. I do hope this is the rainwater blue, but it's a little bit hard to find. Some blues are very similar, although I do love rainwater blue and I do think it's very unique. They do have some similar blues, but I was trying to get my rainwater blue and I do think I succeeded at this. But yeah, Monarch sports bra, one of the classics. I really love this because it's so beautiful. We do have a V neckline, removable cup pads. It is long line, so you have a band under the chest. The fabric is nice and brushed. You do have thicker straps. They're not adjustable. And then in the back, you have this beautiful like strappy bag that's kind of like inspired by butterfly wings, I guess, which is why it's called the Monarch sports bra. And then this one is a little bit older because you can kind of tell that because I guess the logo, no, there it is. It's because there were the logo, because we do have this like kind of reflective logo on there. The past, basically 2 years now, they've done tone-and-tone silicone logos, so yeah. But anyway, so this is our Monarch sports bra, and I kind of felt like, yes, it's not the exact same blue, but it's somewhere there. And I kind of wanted to pick these leggings because they have some green in it. Yes, it's not the same green from the leaves, but it also does have like because of this watercolor-esque print, it does have kind of like a lake kind of surface vibe a bit, right? So I was trying to like, you know, combine this, pull this a little bit more into the blue. We do have the rainwater blue in here, so you can mix and match this with blue with green. And now I'm trying to pull this a little bit more towards the blue because the cover is a little bit more blue. So I hope that makes sense. So these leggings are Buffbunny Collection Legacy leggings, my all-time favorite. They're also made from the same fabric as the sports bra I just showed you. The Nubu fabric, 74% nylon, 26% spandex. These leggings are ultra high-waisted. They do not have a front seam. They do not have a top seam. They are generally medium compression. There has been some occasions where they weren't, but in general, medium compression. And this print, I think, has the Lucky Charms green in it. But I forgot, was it just the green swirl print? I think this is the green swirl print. So there was a time when they did a lot of this like swirl prints. One of them recently also came back in the community collection. I'm always like, what was it called? The favorites? No, it wasn't called the favorites collection. It was the community collection. Yes, so we do also have a side seam detailing here. The side seam does split up around knee height and then goes down all the way in 2 seams. We also do have my favorite triple seam glue detailing here. Very, very flattering. No scrunch needed. This is already flattering enough. Also make sure it stays nice and put in the back of your waist. And yeah, again, you can see it's a little bit older because we do have the reflective logo on there. But anyway, I do understand, or I do know that this green is not the exact same as on the book. But, you know, I was trying to like kind of combine multiple different ideas in one. And this is our first outfit. Let's see it on. Okay, so first outfit, like I said, yes, I understand the green is not the exact same, but it's the vibes that count, right? And honestly, I mean, I haven't worn these leggings in a while because I haven't been feeling like this kind of like aquarelle, watercolor-esque like print, but I actually do like this combo. Like, honestly, I like it. I also do have the Lucky Charms green sports bra, I think. So, like, I kind of need to try that with the green as well, but I do like it with the blue. And again, I feel like it makes it work with the cover quite well. It ties it together. And yeah, so let's talk about the pieces. We have the Monarch sports bra here, like I said, like such a classic. I like this one. They have done changes in the past with it. And I feel like this is one pre-changes because they brought up the rise here a little bit more. Now it's like a nice little cleavage, not too much, I think, personally. We do have the band under the chest, removable cup pads. Side boob coverage, not like the best there, but it's still good enough. But I feel like there's some sports bras from Buffbunny collection that are a little bit better when it comes to this. The Revolution sports bra, for example, you really kind of covered there. But yeah, this is slightly different. We do have these nice, comfortable, thick up and down straps here. And then in the back, this beautiful, beautiful strap detailing. I mean, you can't really top that. I feel like this is so beautiful. It's gorgeous. Like, look at it. Just so good. Like, this is the first sports bra I wanted to have from Buffbunny collection. When I came across this on the internet, I was like, whoa, this is so beautiful. This is so unique. I need it. They didn't have it in stock back then, but then I stayed, I kind of stayed put, and they relaunched it soon after I had found them. And I was like, yeah, I need that. Absolutely. This was not the first color I got. But I do remember the first color. I do remember like one of the first things I got from them, or some of the first things I got from them for sure. And this sports bra was among them. Because yeah, it's so gorgeous. Support-wise, I would say this is like a light to medium support, definitely not high support. For me, this is good enough. I love to wear this one for like, on a day-to-day basis, just under a jumper or something. You're good to go. It's comfortable. You barely feel it. And it's just, yeah, I mean, so beautiful. And then we do have the Legacy leggings here in this swirl print. Ultra high waist, you can kind of see they're rolling a little bit to my natural waist because my natural waist is there. But you can obviously also just fold them over if you want to. But yeah, they're ultra high waist. I love it. I feel tucked in. We have this wide waistband, no front seam, no top seam. And then you do have the side seam detail that goes down and splits up and continues to go down. 7/8 length on me. These are kind of, I think they do 25-inch inseam usually on their leggings. And then in the back, this beautiful triple seam glute detailing. You can see that quite well on this color because the swirl print has lighter patches and the seams are in this green here. And this definitely makes sure that things stay nice and flat against the back here, against the back of the waist. Sometimes I do get gaping, but not with these. And yeah, I just feel like a nice hug. I feel like they work well with our lake theme for sure. And yeah. Let me know what you think. Let's move on. Next up, you can see the font of the book title is in a kind of dark red, a little bit burgundy, brownish burgundy maybe. So I was trying to incorporate that as well to kind of make it a little bit interesting, right? We're trying to go with a few different color ideas here. So I picked a burgundy color, but also blue. And honestly, I would never really pick these colors together, but we are trying it today because this is also an opportunity always to kind of go a little bit out of things that I would usually pair. And sometimes that works out great. So we can check it out and we can see what's happening with that. But yes, so this is our second outfit here. Now this blue matches maybe a little bit better with the blue background color off the cover. And again, we have that burgundy for the font. Not a lot of font, right? Like it's not like super thick or anything. It's not really super like present, but it is there, and I just wanted to, you know, take the opportunity to put a dark color in here because it's also like winter season, so that's kind of like the colors I usually gravitate towards. But, you know, we go with this. Again, another Buffbunny collection sports bra here. We have a lot of those. I mean, I do have a lot of those, that's why. And honestly, I could not remember the name of the color. So I will try to find that out, and you'll have the information on the screen when I put the information for the piece details on the screen. But yeah, this is definitely like a lighter blue, a bit more icy blue than the rainwater blue. So it's not periwinklish blue. But I figured, you know, it's good with the background color because a lot of it is like nearly whitish blue, right? And then kind of like it's a little bit more ombre, kind of gets a little bit darker. And we do have the candy wrap sports bra. This is another crowd favorite. So they have brought this back in lots of different colors. I don't think you can get this particular one, but you can get it in a lot of different colors. And this one, again, same fabric as the other two pieces from the first outfit. And now we do also have a V neckline again. We have removable cup pads. This is still a little bit long line, but maybe not as long line as the Monarch sports bra. And we have this wrap detailing here in the front, which is also why this is maybe not a good choice to put underneath a tight top because you'll be able to see the wrap detailing. Then in the back, we do have elastic detailing. So we do have some crisscrossing happening here, just this strap. And this is elastic, thick elastic band, and that's perfectly fine. But we also do have straps that are thicker elastic, and those can cut in a little bit, especially like around the traps. So this is not a sports bra I'm wearing the whole day long. Like it's not, because it's a little bit uncomfortable for that. It's okay for a few hours. I did get this one in a size small. If you are in between, I would highly recommend to size up. If you have a bigger chest, I would highly recommend to size up. If you just want a little bit more extra space and you don't want to be as squished in, size up. So I also have this one in a medium and like two other colors. I still prefer the small because it just gives me a little bit more of a lift, and I definitely get a high support. Yeah, this huge sports bra can't be high support. So I do get the high support with the small. If I do the medium, then it's more of a medium support basically for me. And then not just not as squished in. So for a smaller chest, you can absolutely stay true to size. But yeah, under no circumstances would I recommend to size down in this one. Just don't do it. But this is this one again, reflective logo here on the side. And yeah, cute high support sports bra. And then we're pairing this with these CRZ butter leggings. So I have so many different ones. I'm just assuming this is the butter leggings because they feel nice and soft and stretchy and very lightweight. And this is kind of what the CRZ butter leggings are. Soft and brushed as well. So very, very nice soft fabric. I do get these in a size small usually because they are light compression leggings. I feel like there's no tack in there anymore, which is kind of weird. Did they put that somewhere else? I don't think so. Did I cut it out or something? Was it? Oh no, they do have tearaway tags, I think. So I might have torn it away. But yes, again, you'll find fabric information on in the description box for the individual pieces. And these leggings I've had for a while, so it's possible they don't do the front seam on this one anymore because they definitely have some front seam free leggings. But on this one, we do have a front seam. We do not have a top seam though. And in the back, it's like a tiny curve for the glutes. And then we do have the little CRZ logo there as well. And yeah, no side seam detailing, nothing else. These are very, very simple leggings. And I felt like they were a good match for the font. So, that's why I picked them. And this is our outfit. I'm curious to see how this light blue works with the dark burgundy color. Because again, it's not something I would have picked, but the cover made me do it. Let's see it on. Okay, now we do have our maybe more unusual combo, the one that I definitely wouldn't have thought of without the cover, but I feel like it works. We have that more like icy, very light blue. It kind of has a, looks very whitish depending on, I guess, which light you see it in. And then this darker burgundy color tying together the font, the title font color, and then just the cover in general. But yeah, definitely something I wouldn't have thought of, but I kind of do like it. I feel like it works. Let me know what you think, but not bad. Definitely not something I would have paired together. Like I feel like I would, with burgundy, like maybe you go with like teal or something, but not like an icy blue. But I feel like, it's kind of makes sense, maybe, yeah. Let's talk about the pieces. So we do have our candy wrap sports bra here. This one, high support, for me at least, I'm definitely tucked in. This is the size small. With the medium, it would be more of a medium support. As I said before, we do have the wrap detail here, which is why it's called candy wrap. It's a little bit long line, but I feel like not as much as some other Buffbunny collection sports bras. I get some cleavage. I do have a small chest, so I'm liking it. We have good side boob coverage here. And then you do have the metal hardware and the thicker elastic straps. Again, those can cut in a little bit, especially around here. So just be careful with that. Just know that this could happen. So if you wear these for longer than like 2-3 hours, if you wear this one or like all these sports bras, all the candy wrap sports bras, you might feel it. It just is what it is. In the back, the straps crisscross. This one is a little twisted, isn't it? Oops. So I'm trying to get it like, there we go. No? There we go. I think at least. Hard to tell in the back always. But anyway, so they crisscross here. Then you do have, you can adjust it there, metal hardware again. And then we do have the elastic here and it crisscrosses there as well. Now these, I do not feel cutting in. It's really just like here up top where I do feel it, which is why I kind of want them to make this with fabric. Like instead of having elastic here, just make it with fabric. It should be possible. But they haven't done that yet. But yes, I do like the amount of cleavage I'm getting. I like the support. It's a cute sports bra that gives you high support, which is not always a given. And that is great. And the fabric is nice and soft, as per usual with the Nuber fabric. Okay, and then we can move on to the leggings. They're like really like kind of this naked feel, barely there type leggings. So I can't really feel them. Very, very like soft and very stretchy. Very low compression for sure. So yes, I would 100% say do size down if you're in between. We do have a high-waisted situation here as well. My natural waist is around here. No top seam, not really a ton of compression in the waistband, but it is nice and wide. And then we do have a front seam here, which I honestly don't really feel, but that's also because the leggings are so lightweight. I'd be very surprised if the front seam is kind of like the thing you feel. Right, lengthwise, these are a 7/8 length on me, but usually with CRZ, you can get different lengths for a lot of their styles. I do like a 7/8 length in general on my leggings, which is why this is kind of what I usually go for. And then in the back, not too much happening in terms of glute detailing. Oh, my hair's gotten very long again. We do have seams sitting nice and high, could be a tad higher maybe, and then you also do have the CRZ logo there. When I squat, I don't really have any gaping, but that's also because it's, it's just still sitting nice and flat against the waist, but it doesn't really compress much. So don't expect compression from these. Yeah, anyway, I think that's a really nice combo. Like, I'm really happy with it, actually. Like, I wasn't sure about it when I put this together, but, I kind of needed, I love burgundy, like a dark red. Like this nice jewel toned red kind of, which is why I felt like I had to, use the opportunity that it is in there and also give you a slightly different outfit than maybe what you would be expecting. And usually when I do that with book covers, I'm kind of happy with the outcome. So yeah, let's move on. All right, last but not least, we're going back to bluish, whitish tones. So as a reminder, if you haven't seen enough, the cover, and this is the last outfit I picked, so definitely very, very light. Kind of trying to catch the ombre, but it's in a different, it's upside down, basically, because this is the bottoms and this is the top. But let's talk about the two pieces. This is a full-on Cleo Harper outfit. Cleo Harper is an Australian activewear brand, in case you hadn't heard of them, and I have reviewed their pieces several times. I can just link my playlist up here. And I completely forgot to do that for the Buffbunny pieces, or for Buffbunny collection in general. I can also link my Buffbunny playlist up here. And you know what I can also do? Because I also completely forgot about that. Sometimes I forget about the existence of cards, you know? And honestly, I don't even know if you guys use them. So if you do click on the videos I link, or if you at least like are kind of saving them in your head to like for something to watch later, you can leave me some feedback on that as well, maybe. But anyway, so what I was going to say is that I also didn't link my CRZ playlist. I can do that up here too, because I do have extensive reviews about a lot of CRZ pieces. But anyway, our Cleo Harper outfit here. So this is the Island Bralet. I figured it kind of like fits well because they do have a little like platform, a little wooden platform, which they call like a swimming island. And it's a lake, so maybe the lake also has islands, I don't know. But like that's why I was like, the Island Bralet, come on. That's a good fit. And this one is in white, so it also does match the cover a little bit because it gets whiter and whiter towards the bottom. And if you look closely, these three women in the back, at the bottom here, they also do wear some nude tones, some white. So I figured, hey, this is good. This one is like such a super unique sports bra. And to be fair, they do lots of unique sports bras. This one has removable cup pads. It does have mesh. It does have an elastic under the chest. It's like kind of like a crop top, but quite short for a crop top. And like has good coverage overall, right? Because it is covering everything, but also the mesh makes it a little sexy because you have some like, you know, you can still show off a little bit of cleavage and everything. And then in the back, kind of same idea with the detailing, mesh. And then we also do have a little golden Cleo Harper logo here. And this one is a size extra small. I also do have it in a small. Yeah, so sometimes with Cleo Harper, I feel like sizing down for a smaller chest is good. I wouldn't recommend it for a bigger chest, but for a smaller chest, sometimes sizing down is good. However, with this one, because it is so covering, there's no chance of like anything falling out anyway. So you could go with the safe option, just pick the small if you wanted. But yeah, this one is a really cute one. I have it in 2 different colors because I think they also did it in black eventually, I think. But yeah, so this one is a nice one. I do believe that the white and the black are kind of basic ones for them now, so they will have them in stock occasionally. So you could go and check that out. This is our sports bra, and then the leggings also from Cleo Harper. These are the Soul leggings, I believe, and this is an older print, which they also recently actually did bring back. This is the back. This is the linear print, I think. And you can see it's just like little blue stripes, and they're not very they're not super regular, right? They're not like just straight, like same distance between the stripes. It's a little bit more free, but it's kind of a cute print. I'm usually not that much into geometric prints, but this one was a little cute. I do like this fabric. This is, let me check, 84% polyester and 16% elastane. I did get these in a size medium with Cleo Harper. Generally, I would size up because I'm in between, so I usually go with my medium. However, with this fabric and the Soul leggings, you can go down if you're in between, so it really depends on your preferences. And yeah, you know, it's just whatever you prefer. We don't have a front seam. We don't have a top seam, but we do have a front seam. Now the newer versions of these leggings don't have a front seam anymore either, so they've gotten rid of that. A lot of their shorts do have front seams still though, but not the leggings. Then we also do have interesting glute seams because they're kind of going up instead of dipping down, but you can see that, right? It goes up. I never understood that, but they're comfy. They're really comfy leggings. We don't have a side seam detail. The fabric feels really, really nice. It definitely feels like high quality. It's stretchy. It's soft. Yeah, and then we have the metal logo here in the front. But yes, so this is our last outfit. It kind of goes with the ombre from the sky, like this. Let's see it on. Okay, and here's a very, very summery outfit for you guys. Definitely doesn't scream summer outside right now. Shouldn't look there. It's very, it's still kind of green. The grass is still green, and we have a lot of pine trees, so those are also still green, but you can tell it's getting a little closer to winter, so not nearly the time of the year for this, unless you kind of want to pose as snow. Maybe that could work. But anyway, the cover is more summery, right? And indeed, actually, when they do their meetups, when they get a little bit older, right? Because they meet regularly still. Like they used to spend the whole summer together, but then they just meet up for random occasions, but always Pentecost as well, which is usually like May, June, right? Depending on when Easter is. So definitely more summer vibes with this. Yeah, so as I mentioned, right, it's kind of like upside down, the gradient here that I'm trying to show you, but I will still, you know, hold it more like this. Yeah, let's talk about the pieces though, so I don't have to hold the book at all. We do have the Island Bralet here in white and the extra small. We do have the mesh situation. We do have cup pads that was a little bit thicker, and I feel like this one I need to rearrange a little bit more. Anyway, so you have mesh, you can see a little bit of cleavage, you have a high neck situation otherwise, good side boob coverage. The elastic under the chest is not super tight. So this is not like the tightest point. I would say the tightest point is kind of around here, like kind of under the arms. But yeah, so it's short, but it kind of looks like it could be a crop top, but it's a little short for a crop top. So this is what I was trying to say earlier when I, you know, held the piece in my hands. Because you're very like tugged in, you're protected, nothing can like go anywhere, like the elastic stays put, see nothing is moving, right? And support wise, I am tucked in. It is definitely a high support for me. And yeah, I mean, nothing can go anywhere, which is also what I like. And it's kind of like a crop top, but yeah, you still have lots of skin showing. And then in the back, very, very similar style, right? A little bit more mesh at the top. And otherwise you still have that kind of like pattern with the mesh in between. And then the white parts. Yes, the solid white parts. And this is definitely like a very sleek, performance-y material, feels very high quality. And yeah, it's just like a fun, different sports bra, very unique, very Cleo Harper for sure. And yeah, one of my favorites. And then we can talk about the leggings. They're so soft. They have like low compression. So similar to the CRZ leggings, very low compression. Material feels really soft as well. We do have a front seam, which again, I don't really feel that much. We do have a high-waisted fit, no top seam. And yeah, no, not too much compression, wide waistband, metal logo here. And then in the back, this interesting, you know, curve up. So I'm not sure if that does anything for the glutes. But yeah, honestly, I mean, with those types of like, you know, the very soft, low compression leggings, I'm not really looking for too much like glute accentuation, right? That's more of like a lounging piece, more of like doing some yoga, doing some Pilates and stuff, but you're not expecting, you know, too much. I don't know. It's fine. Like I don't need it basically. We don't have a side seam. Lengthwise, a little shorter than a 7/8 length on me, honestly. Could be a tad longer. And overall, like, yeah, you could size down if you're in between, you can size up, really depends on what you want. But like, there's lots of extra space for sure. And when I squat also doesn't really gape, so that's nice. I will say this is a very light colored legging, so definitely not squat proof. Just keep that in mind. I don't think we would expect a legging like this to be squat proof. It is also not double lined or anything. So that's that, you know, kind of, yeah, but it's like, very summery, very light colored outfit. I don't really walk around in too much like whitish colors because I'm already so pale, but I do think sometimes it looks good. And yeah, I like this outfit for sure. And I do think it fits the cover. Maybe more like this than like this, but I still think it fits. Let's move on. All right, it's conclusion time. Let me show you our outfits. Oof, there we go. So this is the book at the bottom, and then we have all our outfits. It's very blue, but I think it makes sense with the cover that the blue, like that blue is the dominating color in this video and all the outfits. Yes. Do let me know what you think. Do let me know which outfit was your favorite. And of course, do you have any guesses of what the theme could be yet? I'm very, very curious. Also, how filming goes, I will actually open the next book. Or I will open the next, like, wrapping around the book after this filming. So I will know a little bit more already. But of course, you'll see that when you see it next Monday. Because yes, now for the Advent season, as I mentioned in the beginning, right, we'll do one for every Advent Sunday, and I will give you the video the day after the Advent Sunday. So anyway, I hope you're having a great Christmas time already. You've decorated. If you don't celebrate Christmas, that's also perfectly fine, of course. Yeah. Anyway, if you have any feedback, any suggestions, anything, you can drop a comment down below. And you can also subscribe to the channel if you're interested. And if you don't want to miss a single video, if you like this video, give it your thumbs up. Yeah, do let me know what you think about these types of videos. But of course, there's more coming for every Advent Sunday. So you can't stop that, it's happening. If you want to, you can also follow me on Instagram. You can DM me there, but I'm more likely to see your comments here on YouTube. So let's stick with YouTube and drop a comment down below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.